Um, Sorry that I have been gone for a lot of you this last week. I did keep my word and I did go live every day, even when it was really, really hard. But I was just able to go live to Instagram because I was up in St. George, Utah, doing a very intensive healing retreat and finishing the last edits on my manuscript at the same time. So, very, very intense week this last week. And we didn't really have enough internet and the equipment and stuff to run this to stream to all the different platforms. Hey, Francisco. Hey, everybody. So, anyway, I'm back. Woohoo. Just got back late last night. And wow, what a crazy, intense week it has been. Just like it was a big group of us, well, not big, small group of us, I guess you could say, who all went there to do like healing work, deep healing work on stuff with our families and all kinds of other stuff through a process called family constellations. And this is incredibly powerful, really, really interesting process. I will say though that one of the really cool things about it is that whatever is kind of going on in your field, in your energy field, it shows up. It shows up in the circle and people start acting it out. And if you're not ready for that, that can be kind of intense. But what I really admired about everyone who showed up for this is that it's one of those things where, like, what really is deep healing work? What is that stuff? You have to be ready to face the things you don't want to see about yourself. And that's what I really saw in this thing. You can see when stuff is coming up in the circle. So basically what happens is the seeker who is there, it's their energy that's in the circle. And the people in the circle begin to act out all this different stuff from your life, your energy, your parents, all kinds of things. And so the seeker can get an enormous amount of information, but they also have to be ready to see that information. And I feel like there's a lot of people for whom this is much too scary. Yes, Francisco, I'm in America. There's a lot of people for whom this is way too scary work, and they're just not really willing to see their demons, their shadow side, what's going on in them, things that they might be ashamed of, fears, things that are holding them back from being all that they really want to be. And but for the few that are courageous and powerful and who are willing to jump in there and willing to be vulnerable and willing to allow, you're kind of letting these people in your head, right? Because your energy is in that circle and they're acting you out, and then afterwards they really know who you are in a very different way. So you have to be willing to be open like that to get this kind of help and to do that deep work. And even seeing some of the people who came who wanted to do the work, but even when it's like right there in their face and someone's just literally acting out what's going on in their life or who they are, or there still can be some resistance to it where you're not always willing to see it, or you're kind of trying to like, oh, well, it's this or it's not really that, right? And it's kind of funny because everyone that's there knows exactly what it is, and the only person who's not seeing it sometimes is the person who's got a bit of resistance to it. So I have to say, I really admire Shauna, who is the woman she's very powerful, strong woman who's leading these constellations, who's facilitating them. And she really doesn't let people get away with it. So she's very direct. She's like, nope, this is what's going on. And if you are ready for that, oh man, you can just make such amazing and powerful leaps. If you are ready to face who you are, face your shadow side, and accept that and love that and integrate it, it is so, so powerful. So, that's what I've seen in this, is that the people who are willing to do that, he says he's from Brazil, he's suffering to communicate here. Yeah, it's tough. That's tough for sure. I don't know if they have family constellations in Brazil, Francisco. They may, if you look into that. But the people who are willing to do that, and especially the ones who show up to do this deep work and who are accept it, right? Who face it, who acknowledge like what's going on, and they're willing to be vulnerable. Man, you can just make strides that you can't even believe so fast. I mean, the growth that you can have is so fast and phenomenal. Letting go of this baggage, letting go of old patterns, of things that you don't need, that aren't serving you, it can be so, so fast when you are willing and ready to really step up. And that's what I mean by doing the deep work. When you are ready to just jump in there and say, whatever it takes, I don't care, I'm doing it, I am moving forward in my life. I'm getting help, I'm getting healing, I am not going to mess around with this anymore. It's that kind of commitment. Those are the big souls that really make the huge leaps when they're willing to do that, and they are not afraid of their shadow, of that stuff coming up, and they're like, yes, I am glad it came up, now I see it, now I know what's going on, now I can take care of it. Right? And that's, that's how I've always been. I love that. I'm like, please tell me tell me so I can do something about it, because the worst to me is not to know, and to be run by these things in your subconscious and behind the scenes that are not serving you, that are making you unhappy, that are destroying your relationships, destroying your business. How much better to really know and understand what that is, and be able to just take care of it, deal with it, and then move on in your own life with full control over what you want to do and of what you want to create, instead of being run by all this old bad programming. So that's just what I was going to say for all of you guys that are big souls out there, that are willing to do the work, that are willing to jump in, that are willing to face your fears, your shame, your shadow, and embrace it, and just learn from it. You guys are on the right track, and it is such a powerful technique. So here's to all of you big souls out there. I hope you have an amazing and wonderful week, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.